Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the all-new 2020 Thor Delano 24TT. This is technically a Class C, but it's kind of starting to cross over into that Class B plus realm because this one sits at about 7.5 foot wide. I love what they've done. You'll notice it's a lot brighter colors than what we've seen in the past, especially in a lot of Thor products. They have a lot of darker wood. That is not at all the case. You have light furniture, light wallboard, lighter cabinetry, high gloss European cabinetry in here as well. You can see that gloss as well as the curvature, the two-tone with the metal piping on there. I think overall, aesthetically, they did a wonderful job. This floor plan itself is set up very well. You have the campside kitchen. Of course, you have the big slide out with the dinette straight across, the wardrobe, and then the bed as well. So basically a full wall slide over here. You notice it is a Murphy bed. I'll kind of show you how that works in just a moment. Bathroom naturally is tucked right here in the back corner, but again, you can see that nice curved wood, helping to make it feel, not too overly modern, but still have those nice bright colors. So in the kitchen itself, we'll kind of start here. I'll open this up for you. Hidden hinges, which I like. Again, kind of gives that high-end look to it. Also, when you close it, these ones are slow close, so I do like that as well. You'll see that with all of the cabinets. They all have these slow close hidden hinges on there. Same thing with these ones right underneath the sink. You'll see you have enough room for a trash can. The drawers, however, they did not. I wish they would have put slow close on the drawers as well, but they are still excellent ball bearing guides. They slide in and out quite easily, have a pretty good weight capacity. You'll see that one right down there is nice and large for some of your pots and pans. Convection microwave oven, which is great, and it's where your oven would normally go, so it's kind of a 2-in-1. You would have the pressed laminate countertops, which is fantastic because it allows you to have an undermount sink, so that way you can have the flush mount covered, gives it a much more complete look. When we take that off, you'll see that even though it is a single bowl round sink, it is very deep, so that way you can fit pots and pans down in there. Plus, you have the pull-out faucet, making it that much easier. Over to this side, we'll lift this up. You have the double Dometic cooktop. It has electric start on there, so it's nice and easy. You have the grate, plus you can drop that down. You get the glass cover, giving you that prep space. And then you have the kind of like the decorative side splash right over here that does have an LED light. Big window in the kitchen. It's a great feature to have too. Lets in a lot of natural light. You'll see the roller shades, and again, I like the fact they went with the beige color roller shades rather than the black. You have the glass top, so that way anything you are cooking makes it nice and easy to clean. It's not making a mess of your cabinets. Taking a step back a little bit further, Norcold fridge freezer combo. We'll open that up there for you. Of course, this guy runs off both propane and electric, has automatic switch over. Some storage right up top. You will also notice that you have your components up here for your TV. So you have your Sony Blu-ray player there, as well as the ability to hook up different auxiliary equipment. And right here in the back, the bathroom, as I mentioned, has that nice curved door, which I think adds a very nice aesthetic piece. The handle, I wish was a little more solid. It just doesn't feel like it's super solid to me. But when we do come in, you'll see that you have pretty good space here in the bathroom. Mirrored medicine cabinet, open that up for you. Hi, Sam. So you can see right there, you have a bunch of storage. Right over on the wall, you'll notice right up top that this one does have your tankless water heater. So that way you can kind of set the temp of the water you want it to be right there. You basically have unlimited hot water, which is a great thing to have in an RV. Electrical outlet, obviously your light switches, same style countertop we have out in the kitchen. Stainless steel bowl. If we take a look underneath, you will see right down there some decent extra storage. Your toilet paper holder is already mounted. For the toilet, I'm 6 foot. You can see it is a little tight in here for me. If you're much taller, if you have really long legs, I could see this being a little bit of a problem, but at 6 foot, I can definitely make it happen, and I have a lot of shoulder space here too. Over to the side is the shower. Take a step in here. So, skylight, nice and tall, plenty of room. Again, if you are taller, you have no problem here in the shower. At 6 foot, I have, again, ample room. The hand wand makes it nice and easy to shower up here. And then the door does have some curvature to it. That way you can turn around a little bit easier in here. So we make our way back out. So as I mentioned, this one has the Murphy style bed. You can see it's set up. One thing I do want to point out, you have drawers all the way underneath. So some good additional storage right down there. TV here as well. So that way if you are in bed, you want to watch TV, it's already set up. Your nightstand, you have some plug-ins over there. So if you have a CPAP machine, that's no problem. And to make this up is super simple. You see it's just basically has this little tie right here. This part drops right down. Just want to make sure it clears the cushion there. And then you see it kind of has your, like a box spring almost built in. Take the mattress, drop it down, and boom, just like that, there you go. It is actually fairly comfortable, especially because it does fold up. A lot of times they're not, but I did lay on it. It's actually more comfortable than you would think. Windows on both sides, let in some natural light. Again, roller shades and additional storage right across the top. It's also worth noting you have a big fan right there. It'd be great on a day like today. It's pretty warm. Could definitely use some circulation in here, but that one will definitely do it. Open up a couple windows, turn that on, an alternative to running the AC. Huge storage right here. You can see that. You have a couple of shelves back there, as well as the filler seats for the cab up front, but great storage space. Underneath, 3 additional large drawers, so you have, again, more than enough storage for your clothes. I personally would probably put a tension rod in here if it were me, just to have a place to kind of hang some clothes, kind of like a wardrobe. But again, you know, that's kind of personal preference. You'll see the dinette storage all the way across that. You have the window right down below. The dinette itself is a dream style dinette, nice and big. Seatbelts in here for additional passengers, cup holders, and you have the footrests. You'll see they pop up just like so. So that way you can sit right up here. You can kind of sit just like this, and there is another TV right by the kitchen. We didn't see that when we were over there, but kind of right next to the cabinets there. And even from this side of the dinette, I am still able to see that. You have some lights here as well as speakers, so that way when you're going down the road, you can jam out to some music. And then to drop this down, it's pretty simple. You see you have the braces. You just kind of lift it up, push those braces in, and then both sides drop right down just like so. Up front, one of the things I do want to talk about, and a lot of Thor products have this, they have a lot of soft touch goods all over. So you have it here, you know, kind of on the sides, all the way up on the ceiling. A lot of soft touch throughout, which is great for noise deadening capabilities. And also it's a lot easier to clean up here too. Little charging center, so that way if you need to charge some cell phones, you have a net built in. Of course, the bunk going across the top with the ladder, and then that huge, gorgeous front window, which gives a great look when you're outside. Also lets a lot of light into the coach naturally. And again, this does provide some additional sleeping space. Probably only one adult, be pretty tight up there for 2, but it is a great space if you have an additional guest. And of course, that dream dinette drops down as well. If we take a look at the chassis, this is the new Mercedes chassis. So a ton of great features here. You know, you have your lane assist, your driving assist on here, the big center dash. This one has voice capability, so you can say Mercedes and it'll pop up. You can have it operate the navigation and everything else right through that center dash. It's wonderful. Tons of cup holders here. The seats themselves are upgraded. You can see you also have, this actually comes out, so that way if you have longer legs and you're driving, it just gives you a little more support underneath those legs, which a lot of people complain about if they're taller in your Class C motorhomes. So I love that Mercedes made that change. Right over here, this one has the multiplex wiring system, so everything is basically centrally controlled. You can see your master light switches on there, everything for electric. You have some of your outside lighting, your temperature control, your climate control. Everything can be done from right there. I love that system too. Then of course right underneath is your multimedia center, and that unit is Bluetooth capable. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2020 Thor Delano 24TT. This one is built on the new Mercedes-Benz chassis. It has a 3-liter V6 engine in there. You can see this one also has the gorgeous optional full body paint. So yeah, I like how it seamlessly blends in the cab with that body. It gives it the high-end look that this coach deserves. And you also have the paint protection on the front here, so that way any rock chips or bugs or anything, or rather it won't chip, it'll just hit that the guard that's on there, so your front end will stay looking gorgeous. You can see the cap up above. You have the frameless windows, which give it a great seamless look. It's kind of tough to see, but the top windshield right there, you can see how it just fits right in. I love that windshield that is basically molded in there. So I think they did a wonderful job on that. You have the fiberglass steps to step up into the driver and passenger seats. Of course, power steps right here in the back. Your grab handle, again, those frameless windows. You'll see you have the Carefree of Colorado power awning. And this one has your horizontal arms, so that way you get all of this is great usable camp space. You don't have to worry about those being in the way. You're not hitting your head on them as you're walking through the campsite. Couple electrical outlets in case you need to plug anything in. And take a look at the storage. You have the Rotocast storage on here, which is great because that way if something gets wet, you can just wash it out super easy, or you don't have to worry about anything rusting. If it gets dirty in there, again, just take a hose, spray it right out, And then there is a light, so if you need to get in there at night, that's not going to be an issue either. Coming back a little bit further, same thing. You'll see you have additional little storage area right there in the back. Propane quick connect. If you plan on doing some grilling, you can just take your grill, hook it up right there, good to go. You'll see your levelers right in the back, so that way it's nice and stable, so as you're moving around inside, the coach isn't rocking on you. If we take a quick look at the back, right up top is your backup camera. That, of course, just runs off that center dash unit. You will also see your rear-mounted ladder, so you can quickly and easily climb up on the roof. Right down below is a 5,000-pound rated hitch with your 7-way connector. On the off-door side, you will see that full wall slide, and you'll notice this one does have not 2, but 3 of the worm gear systems on there. Just because it is a little bit heavier slide, that will ensure that your slide is not getting out of place. You'll also see right up top that it has a slide-out topper on there, so any sticks, pine cones, anything that fall down will just go right on top of that topper, not get jammed up in your seals. If we take a look underneath and drop this down for you, you'll see good extra storage area right there, and of course that one has the light in there. Down underneath that, you have your wet bay, so outside shower. You can drop that down, gives you a spot for your sewer hose. Your cable hookup will be located right above that. You'll also see your black tank flush, your freshwater inlet, and your inlet there for winterization, making it much easier to winterize this coach. Up a little bit further is your Cummins Awning 3600 watt generator. Now it does come standard with LP. However, if you want a diesel generator, that is an option that you can get on here. And if you drop down underneath the slide, so this one is definitely a little bit harder to reach if the slide is out, but you can see you have a big additional storage area right there, and you also have the light in there as well. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2020 Thor Delano 24TT. If you're interested in this beautiful Class C and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.